Hello guys, back with another one on Chuck D Football TV. Back with another one on Chuck D Football TV. Arsenal nil, PSG 1 at the Emirates. A goal in like 4 minutes by Dembélé. Now we'll be breaking down this game. And talking about everything holistically, to be fair. First of all, it was a very, very, very interesting game. It was a very interesting game. A game I'll describe as high intensity game. Very high intensity. As you guys all know, I'm a Real Madrid fan and I'm an Arsenal fan. Those are the two clubs I support. I still think Arsenal have a chance. I still think Arsenal is going to qualify. I know that my predictions so far hasn't been going my way, but I think Arsenal is still going to qualify. I think 1-0 is still is a big win for PSG because they won away from home, but I still think 1-0 isn't hard to come back from. I think in the second leg Arsenal just need to tweak a few things and they should be good to go. Now, speaking on the first leg, big ups to PSG and big ups to their coach. They really came to play. They really came to play in a very high intensity game. They had Arsenal on toast the first half. They had Arsenal on toast. They dominated the ball. They won the midfield battle. They pressed Arsenal. I can't remember when, probably the last game I saw such was maybe the PSG Liverpool first leg. That Liverpool even won 1-0. But they dominated Arsenal that first leg. Arsenal found it hard to proceed out of their their third half, Arsenal's third half. Arsenal couldn't progress the ball because each time they tried to progress the ball, PSG was just on them like piranhas. PSG pressed Arsenal back so much. They were very, very, high intensity. You can tell that their coach drills them well. I want to give big shout outs to PSG's midfield. João Neves, Vitinha, who to me is the best midfielder in the world currently. I'll put him above what's his name for Barcelona. I'll put him slightly above Pedri. That is my personal opinion. I'll put him above Pedri right now. Vitinha was incredible. João Neves was phenomenal. Fabian Ruiz was decent. I didn't really see too much of him, but he was decent in the game. Kvaratskhelia really had Timber on toast. He had Timber on toast the whole game. Who else? Obviously, Dembélé for scoring the goal. And so that is like a little skimmed through of the game. You can tell that PSG came with a game plan. They came with a game plan. It was to dominate the midfield, spread the ball to the wingers, and take it from there, very quick. They also did well in winning the ball back. And I'm speaking based on the first half, from what I took from the first half. Each time Arsenal got hold of the ball, they pressed Arsenal high and they got the ball back. And they were very good with the way they were spreading the ball, especially their midfielders. Tick, 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 tick. They were making the ball tick. It seemed like a training match, the first half. It seemed like a training match the first half. What else did I notice? I think Arsenal missed Partey. Arsenal missed Partey in the first leg. And the reason I say that was because Partey is very good at making the game balanced, making the game settle. And they missed him very much at that midfield because Declan Rice had to play further back, protecting the back four as a typical DM. And in that type of game, if Partey played, Declan Rice would have been pushed forward a bit, and he's very good at driving the ball, and is very physical, which would have destabilized the PSG midfield. But because Partey wasn't there to balance, because Partey can play that DM, to balance that DM, what's his name? Declan Rice had to play more defensive. We saw that especially in the second half, he progressed the ball forward more, but he immediately had to come back because, what's his name? The Spanish guy that plays for Arsenal that scored the offside goal. His name has just eluded my mind. Whatever his name is. I don't think he's really comfortable in that progressive role, because you will see that most times he got the ball, he will just spin back and pass the ball back. And I think that is what Arsenal was doing majority of the time in the first half. They couldn't progress the ball forward. So each time they got the ball, they would just pass it back. I also want to give a big kudos to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka really tried. He really tried. You would see that through the course of the game, PSG had to double up on him. Every time he had the ball, they had to double up on him, and sometimes triple up on him, because we all know that he's a threat. He's a threat. He did the best he could. He could. There's some chances, phenomenal chances he had that he created by himself. So he's always a threat. So I want to give big kudos to Bukayo Saka, big kudos to Skelly. I also want to talk about some players that have been missing. Odegaard had a decent game. I've watched other reaction channels and everybody is making it seem like he was absolutely embarrassing, disgraceful. Turkish from Arsenal Fan TV was even going as far as saying they need to strip him of his captaincy and all that rubbish. I think that is too far. He didn't have an atrocious game. He could have done better. I agree. He could have done better, at least, especially for, I don't know if he even had a shot on target. But for somebody of Odegaard's quality, he should be taking more risk. He should be taking more shots, not just doing round and round with the ball. Sometimes take shots, shoot. You miss half the chances you don't take, like shoot. And that is what he needs to do more. He needs to shoot the ball more. But aside that, I don't think he was, incredibly atrocious. He could have done better, but he had a quiet game. Another person I would need to speak about is Martinelli. Martinelli, I don't think if Arsenal is a serious team that wants to go far, not just this season but next season, Martinelli cannot be your starting 11 left winger. Martinelli cannot be your left winger going forward. I would pick him as the second choice. If anything, the second choice, somebody that comes into the game 70-something minutes, who is good at tracking back to defend, at the same time going forward. His second choice left winger at best. Martinelli is not, dude is not good, man. Dude has fallen off. He's not good. He is not good. You can't be a serious team and have somebody like that as your starting left winger week in, week out. People complain about Garnacho for Manchester United not being a good player, but Garnacho is way better than this guy. Garnacho is way better than this guy. I think somebody like Garnacho would have done way more than what this guy gives to Arsenal. He is just poor. He is just poor, Martinelli. This is the Champions League. You can't miss chances like that. An incredible pass from Lewis Kelly, only for this guy to predictable placement. He should have done better. And Donnarumma had an incredible game. That's another person I'll have to give kudos to for PSG. Donnarumma had an incredible game. He saved, made some incredible world-class saves from Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, even some Saka chances that he saved. So I'm not going to take anything away from Donnarumma, but I think the chances that Martinelli had, he should have put that away. And Trossard as well. The thing with Trossard is he's a very good player. He comes in clutch a lot for Arsenal, but he's not consistent. He's not a consistent player. Today he's up, tomorrow he's down. Which one is it? He had an incredible chance and he missed it. These are the chances you don't miss, because it is going to be tough for Arsenal in the second leg. Especially going to play it at Parc de France. It is not going to be easy at all. It is not going to be easy. And one thing that I've also found really strange was the players, Arsenal players. I saw it with Leandro Trossard. I saw it with, I think it was Martinelli. I saw it with, I think, Odegaard. Each time they kept on doing like this to the fans. Focus on the ball. Focus on playing. This is not a Burna Boy concert where everything you're trying to rile up the fans. Focus on your game. They just kept on doing like this to the fans. Like, chill. Focus on your match. It's not every day rile up the fans. Focus on your game. But I want to still give kudos to PSG's fans. They really came and showed out. They really came and showed out for their team. It's not going to be easy at Parc de France for the second leg. And also, big ups to David Raya, because he made some good saves as well. To be fair, PSG could have also won that game 3-0. At least they could have won that game 3-0. There was a chance by Kvaratskhelia that was missed. Even Doué had Arsenal's defense on toast. There was a shot by Doué that Raya, a world-class save by Raya. If that had entered, if that would have been a goal, to me, I would have said that the tie is over. But good save from Raya. And there was another chance PSG had. What's that guy's name? He came in as a substitute for them. The Portuguese striker. His name is eluded my mind too. Anytime I make these videos, names just disappear from my head. But for you guys that watched the game, his name is at the tip of my mind, but I just can't remember. What's his name? I can't remember. But yeah, he missed the one-on-one as well. So both teams on both ends had chances to score. So I can't say that Arsenal had these incredible chances to score without also saying that PSG too missed some crucial chances that could have ended the game. But speaking on the second half, Arsenal owned the second half. Arsenal really dominated PSG in the second half. I think PSG used a lot of their energy that first half, and it was like they were trying to preserve energy second half, because Arsenal were all over them. all over them. Arsenal dominated them second half. Arsenal pressed them second half, was physical with them second half. I think their midfield also, João Neves was doing most of the defensive work. Vitinha, his quality reduced in the second half, in my opinion. Fabian Ruiz had a decent game. I didn't really see much of him like that. So Arsenal dominated them that second half. Now, going forward, especially for the second leg, Partey will be back. Yeah, everybody's saying Partey was the difference. If Partey was available, things would have gone differently. Listen, we don't know. We don't know. The fact is, PSG played a very good game and deserved the win. So whether Partey would have been present first leg or second leg and things would have been different, we don't know. Who is to say? It might have even been worse. So going forward for the second leg, Partey is going to be back. So that is a good good thing that would have a good addition for Arsenal. Personally, for this first leg, with Partey's omission for the game, I would have preferred, this would have been my changes. I would have put maybe Zinchenko in that Martin Skelly's in that Louis Skelly's position. I would have put a Zinchenko there. I would have put Skelly in the midfield. So it would have been Declan Rice, Louis Skelly, Odegaard in that midfield. I would have put Moreno. I would have put him in strike. I would have put him to strike. And the wing would have been Trossard, Moreno, and Saka. That front three would have been Trossard, Moreno, Saka, in my opinion. And midfield would have been Louis Skelly, Odegaard, Rice. And Zinchenko would have played that Louis Skelly position. That would have been my change for that. So going to the Parc de France for the second leg, I think Arsenal is going. To be fair, even in this first leg, another thing that shot Arsenal in the foot was, what's his name? Arsenal's coach should have made substitutions early. Arteta should have made the substitutions early. He should have put. So I would have wanted him to put a Raheem Sterling. He should have taken off Martinelli, putting in Raheem Sterling, drop what's his name, Trossard in the striking position. I think Sterling would have done at least that 60-something minutes. Sterling would have been more progressive. Although dude can't finish for nothing as well, but something different. He has that experience. Sterling has that experience, and on a good day, he can come in clutch. That is what I would have done. But obviously, I'm not the coach, so what do I know? Going forward to the second leg, at the Parc de France, in my opinion, I think Arsenal's coach, Mikel Arteta, would basically go for the same team. The only difference might be the inclusion of Thomas Partey. I think he's going to start with the same squad, same formation, same everything. Just the only difference is that, if Partey will probably be back. And if something crazy doesn't happen whereby he gets an injury or something, he would feature in, it will be Partey, Odegaard, Rice again. But I think every other, then maybe with Moreno as the striker. So I think that those are the only changes that would be made. That's the only difference. I still think Arsenal has this game in the bag. I still think they can come in second leg and win the game, maybe like a 2-0 or even a 3-0. I think when if Arsenal turns it up or turns it on, it'll be a long day for PSG. But also, I think that same intensity that PSG brought to the Emirates in the second leg, they would want to maintain that same intensity for both first half and second half. And if they do, it's going to be a long day for Arsenal. It's going to be a very, very long day. So that is my post-game analysis for the game. I'm waiting to see the Barcelona-Inter Milan game today, which is also going to be a tough game. Who do I have winning for that game? I have Inter winning that game 2-1, but we're going to see. After the game, I'm going to do a post-match review on that game. Yeah, if you liked this video, like it, subscribe, please help me build this channel. With the likes, my videos go out to more people, get more traction and all that good stuff. So please, let's build this channel together. So if you've watched it to this point, thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.